Good morning. Welcome to the August 8th edition of the Tucson Mortgage Weekly. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Todd Abelson with SunStreet Mortgage here in sunny, hot, and now muggy Tucson, Arizona. Okay, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that last week was really probably one of the most tumultuous weeks we've had in the market in maybe as long as you can remember. Certainly at least back to 2007. The thing is there were two sides of the coin, and people were figuring it was going to come up heads or tails. Head, the right wins, tail, the left wins, but nobody realized that it might just stand up on edge. And what that was on edge is that there was a third option, which was basically lousy, nobody wins. And the bottom line is that the stock market hated it. You know what happened there. The bond market, at least the rating agency, S&P, downgraded it, and that's a really big concern because by downgrading the bonds, that means interest rates are going to go up. If inflation wasn't enough of a reason, now we have a downgrade. And what they ended up doing was something that everybody hated and eventually just kicked the can down the road. And if the two sides of the aisle don't agree with coming up with something that everybody can work with, we're going to end up just cutting defense spending or Social Security or whatever, which could be affected. There's all kinds of discussion, and the talking heads were just earning their money this weekend, talking. Then this morning, I guess if there were 7 shoes, another shoe dropped. S&P downgraded Fannie and Freddie, so the mortgage-backed securities in Fannie and Freddie have now been downgraded as well. The interesting thing, of course, is that the stock market, of course, hated it, and the bond market actually has been doing better. Even though they've been downgrading the bonds, investors are still buying a ton of them, which is keeping rates lower, and in fact, in many ways, have pushed rates to lows that we haven't seen in a while. Maybe close to the lows that we had at the very bottom, certainly down into the low 4s on government, and maybe knocking on conventional loans as well. Obviously, gold is soaring because money is just pouring out of the stock market, and a lot of it's going into the safe haven of bonds, and a lot of it's just pouring into gold. I think they hit 1,700 today, and they're talking about gold going to 1,850. Now, clearly, none of this is new news to you, and it's certainly not good news to anybody. The single biggest issue, in my mind, continues to be unemployment and jobs. If people are working and earning money, all of this problem goes away. So I guess as they put on Saturday Night Live, there was a really great skit this weekend. The president's got to grow a pair, and he's got to fight Congress, and he's got to push forward jobs programs. People have got to work. If people are working, things will straighten themselves out. Okay? That's just the way it is. Working people pay money, taxes. Working people buy stuff. Working people buy homes. Working people take vacations and travel. Work, jobs. It's all about the jobs. So hopefully our folks in Washington will kind of figure this out and spend their time with that. In the meantime, rates are great, but also the market is as volatile as we have seen and has been turning on a dime. So keep your, it's not even a question of keeping your seatbelt on. This is like shaken adult syndrome. You've heard of shaken baby, and that's horrible. This is shaken adult syndrome. Ultimately, you're going to just have to work with it on a day-by-day basis. If you want to see what's going on right now, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you. You can contact me at 331-LEND here in Tucson, 520-331-LEND. I'm Todd Abelson. Don't forget to check out the blog site, TucsonMortgages.com, and make it a great week. Bye-bye.